Welcome to Take 5. Here is your host, Dr. Driver.
Shalom. Welcome to Take 5. I'm Dr. Driver. You know, I always get to this point in my life when I ask these questions. I do ask these questions. You ever have those conversations with yourself where you just really ask yourself a lot of questions? Like, why is the sky that way? Or why did God make me this way? Or why is this over here? We ask questions. One of the questions I ask is, Lord, how do we show love to someone who's caught in sin? How do we go and confront someone who's caught in sin? Who's I guess, they have a bondage on them. We're Christians. We're supposed to show love. But what do we do when somebody is struggling with sin? So the Lord gave me two passages to talk about today. And even in this short session, I just want to make sure I can give a lot of depth to what I'm about to share. So the question I asked was, what do you do when someone is in sin or overtaken by a trespass or a sin? James chapter 5. I'm going to put my reading glasses on. This is important. James chapter 5, starting in verse 19, it says, Brethren, if anyone among you wanders from the truth, and someone turns him back, let him know that he who turns a sinner from the error of his way will save a soul from death and cover a multitude of sins. So we already can see that we have a responsibility to confront people that are in sin and to save their soul from death. It will cover a multitude of sins. Now, there's other passages in the Bible that deal with confronting someone that's in sin. You could start in Matthew 18. 1 John 5 even has that. My point I'm making is James 5 says how to do it. The second verse I want to go to is Galatians 6:1. Very important. It says, Brethren, if a person or man is overtaken in any trespass, see, any sin, okay? You, it used the word pronoun, you, who are spiritual, and I would say born again, not a religious person, it says you who are spiritual, restore such a one in a spirit of gentleness, considering yourself, lest you be tempted. So we don't need to go confront somebody aggressively. We don't need to go confront somebody with an attitude that we are more spiritual than they are. But you are spiritual. That means you got the Holy Ghost in you. You need to go and confront, and it says in gentleness. Not arrogance. Listen to me. Not arrogance. Not prideful. Not like, hey, at least I don't have that problem. Now you're in pride. Go confront in gentleness, lest you too be taken. You be overcome by it. In closing, my question was answered. We have that responsibility. Let us love one another, pray for one another, confront one another, hold each other accountable to each other. But do it in love, do it in gentleness, do it in reverence of God. We got to save those souls. We have to save those souls. And your love will cover a multitude of sins. I want to thank you for listening to Take 5. Join me again on another episode as we continue to share the word here on this great broadcast.